Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream, or welcome to another YouTube video if you're watching this on YouTube later on. We have the sixth day of the tournament today. We will have 3 matches planned out. One for the, I can show you already the lobby. So we have on the top bracket, we have Fugly Wuglies versus the big group, scheduled to be today. Later, I think. They haven't agreed on an hour yet, I think. And or probably will be at 3 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Central America. And we have 2 matches from the lower tier brackets. Or the losers brackets, actually, it's the official name. Both Reborn, Spectre versus Custard Crew and Heart Betrayal versus Yuri is scheduled for 8:30, so in about 15-17 minutes from now. So we're waiting to see on whichever of these 2 series will start off first, and whichever does, that's the one we are going to cover. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll switch back to the starting soon bracket, and hope you'll have some series going in about 10 minutes time. Hey yo, GL Bank, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. We're waiting for 8:30 Central for some games to start. Should be in 5 minutes. We have to go 2 games scheduled up to start at 8:30. I'll cover whichever one comes first. Should have a better page to show than the default grid one. The matches page looks a lot better now. Let's take a look at that. Switch the view, preferably. There we go. So these are the matches we have for today. On the losers brackets, we have Reborn Spectre versus Custard Crew, and Heart Betrayal versus Yuri. And from the quarterfinals, or the semifinals actually, we already covered Vegetable Juice versus We Are One, but Fugly Wuglies and the big group should play today. I'm glad you enjoy the streams, GL Bank. It's been fun. Oh, Luke was saying that Tofu wasn't gonna show up, and he's online. So I think Custard crew will have full team. Which teams were your favorite matches you've streamed so far? That's hard to say. I mean, I enjoyed the matches from Vegetable Juice, just because they're funny. So definitely the best matchup we had so far was Vegetable Juice versus VR1, the semifinals we have here. But let's take a look at the grid again and see which ones we also covered. Vegetable Juice versus Yuru Yuri was also pretty decent. Yuru Yuri is pretty decent team. They held well against Vegetable Juice, as I remember. Getting an invite from Sammy, so I guess that's the matchup that will start first. Your Doomday is already on. So yeah, I guess we will have Reborn Spectre versus Custard crew on the stream. Let me signal that up. Add streamer BS, and how do I start? It's here. Stream on. Okay, we should officially be announced as covering Reborn Spectre versus Custard crew. AGO Frozen, welcome to the stream. We will be covering Reborn Spectre versus Custard crew. Unfortunately, both this match and Hard Betrayal versus Yuru Yuri are on the same hour, unless they get delayed, of course. So we will go for Reborn Spectre versus Custard crew, and then hopefully at 9 Central we will cover Fugly Wuglies versus the big group for the proper semifinals on the winner side bracket. Let me show you here on the grid this game up here, Fugly Wuglies versus big group. Right now we're covering this one. Waiting for invitations to show up. And hello as well to Bite Me Too. Welcome to the stream once again. Let me have my tea before the game starts, so I don't miss first blood like that time. This is also on. Sam is saying that their people will be arriving soon. Fugly Wuggly sounds inappropriate, yeah. It's more like furry or fucking ugly furries. That's what it sounded to me the first time I read it. Which is both perverted and sick. Which is what you want in the team name, right? Yeah, Bite Me Too. I really missed the first blood in one of the matchups. They were playing in the lane. I was like, oh, they're just farming the lane. Perfect time to drink my tea. I even said it on the stream. Perfect time to drink my tea. And I go drink the tea. And someone then says, oh, you missed the first blood in the jungle. Right while I was drinking the tea. Okay, we have full roster ready from the side of Reborn Spectre. We're missing copies. Oh, I'm adding Sammy. You need to add Sammy. Sammy 1247. Custard crew is always a little bit lost. They don't know they're supposed to play every day. They don't know who is playing, but somehow they end up joining. No, it's not a Lipton, it's a custom tea. It has some ginger, it has some olive leaves, and some lemon skin. So I'm actually sick. I was sick when the tournament started, and I'm trying to get better, but waking up at 2 AM and fucking cold weather isn't helping much. Okay, we seem to have all members, so we should be ready for draft. Your Doomsday is talking crap of 3 versus 3. He likes 5 versus 5 apparently. So, let's go into the draft. We have Reborn Spectre on the left and Custard crew on the right. A ban on Anka. Let's see who the team of Custard crew ends up deciding to ban. I'm gonna guess either Fox or Churn or Idris. See, I'm lagging. I don't have any dropped frame rate, so I hope it was just switching the application around. The screen froze up a little bit. So let me know if you keep having problems though. The ban goes for Churnwalker. Sammy picks up the Lance. See what your Doomsday goes for. He goes for the Vox. Finn has the highest win rate in the game right now. In the current meta, they decide to go for the Arden instead though. I do prefer Arden. I like Ardent a lot better. Both in 3 versus 3 and 5 versus 5. Such a reliable support captain. And you can also flex him into both the lane and the jungle, really. Berserker goes with the Varia, and Captain Hobbit goes for the Yates, so they'll have a double captain composition there, trying to protect that Varia. Let's see who will actually play jungle and who will actually have a more support role. Yeah, I think the favorite is Calpi's team, Custard crew, but I'm hoping for interesting matches. We will wait and see. Yeah, Finn is definitely better at 5 versus 5 than he is at 3 versus 3. Anyways, the last pick for the side of Custard crew is the Reza. Reza is such a powerhouse on the both 3 versus 3 and the 5 versus 5, especially if you snowball him early game. If he gets 1 kill on your opponent, then you're just screwed. You can't catch him anymore. You need everyone from the enemy team on top of him, and he can just dash away so easily. So let's see how these two teams manage to pull this out. I should probably take this wonderful opportunity. Well, what happened to the draft? That was a weird screen. Did you guys see that as well? I went back to the original screen by some reason. To the original draft screen. But it's working now, so that's what matters. I'm gonna write in the names of the heroes while we are still on the first level battles. Here we go. Turn on the names of the teams. Confirm that they are correct. Reborn Spectre is playing in blue. Custard Crew is playing in the red. And they're off in the Alcyon Fold. Well, we were already off. Now we are off some more. Off for the Elder Treant, I think his official name was called. Discovered yesterday. 2 versus 3 on this for this Elder Treant contest. Let's see if Reza or Arden manages to get the steal. Lance should be able to keep them away. He does indeed. Slam, but your Doomsday still takes the Elder Treant. So nice steal there from your Doomsday. Good startup. Well, good that you didn't see the glitch. Was gonna follow Reza around, but he decided to recall back home. Can't hear anything. The levels are high here. Try restarting Twitch. Maybe it's Twitch that's screwing up. I just refreshed the page. Should fix it. Because otherwise I would have dropped frame rates here, notified. Ooh, very low there. Arden with those blood for bloods. Meanwhile, we have another skirmish down here. Reza getting a bit caught off guard. Has forced to dodge away. Berserker will start this Elder Treant. Yates a bit defensive. Two versus 2. But red team is a bit low, so let's see if they manage to get this steal or not. Lions chipping away at this Elder Treant. They do manage to secure him in the end. Nice impale onto Reza. Almost dies, but the Vanguard keeps him safe. Vox with this rotation tries to catch someone off guard. He ends up getting stunned by the Yates and slammed against the wall by the Githian wall. Now he wants some revenge on this Lance. They do indeed get a kill. That's first blood for the side of Custard Crew. Varia doesn't care about the jungle activities. She just farms. Farming the lane, minding my own business. A 1k gold lead for the red team. Thanks to that, to one of those Elder Treant steals and the first blood. Varia risking a little bit too much. Arden dodging everything. He dodged the stun from Yates, he dodged the impale from Lance. He's good, he's fine. Reza might be able to pick up... Nope, the shop already started up. So no more Elder Treants pickups for him. He might steal this back camp though. He will indeed have that opportunity. While Lance and Yates are distracted. Impale missing there. And no pull coming out from Yates. Reza might be overextending here, but Arden does come to help. Vox has existential doubts. Should I rotate down? Should I not rotate down? Now the red team quite low, has to run away. Reza gets stunned, is so low. Will he die? Yes, he will. Nice revenge kill there for Yates. Missing the hook now though, and Vox is rotating down, so this Lance needs to get the hell out of here. He impales over the wall to safety, and Yates rotates up to join the Varia. Lance recalls back home, should be fine. Seems Vox had the advantage there, but got pulled in by Yates, and this might keep Varia safe. Nope. No boots left on Varia, no flask left on Varia, she's just dead. And Custard crew takes the wonderful opportunity to steal some more of those back jungle camps. Your Doomsday wants a piece of someone. A piece of that party hat Lance, apparently. Yates pulls him in closer though. He's forced to use the dash to get away instead of doing some actual damage. Nice little skirmishes early on. Lance overextended here, trying to finish off that Reza. And it's gonna pay with his life. A little bit of a throw there. Now it's Yates that gets spotted out. Here Doomsday is waiting for the opponent's jungle instead of farming his own. Ooh, nice steal there from Yates on that Elder Tree. Oh, but the dash over the wall from Reza secures the kill anyways. Well played from this both sides, like Reza and Lance have been doing a very interesting matchup here in this lane. Wonder how the Custard crew will handle the crowd control coming later in the game. Being handling it pretty well so far. They are 1k gold lead ahead, 7 minutes in. Blue team with a full rotation on lane, trying to put down some pressure on this turret. Don't seem to get anything out of it. They just decide to rotate back down. They will probably try to get this Reza, but they missed the impale. And Yates is not doing any pulls. Not stunning anyone. Lance dangerously low, he does indeed die. Re-engage from Yates is a bit useless now. Varia trying to give out some pain. Pull from Yates misses. And here comes Anvil's Hammer to dissuade Custard crew from putting pressure on this turret. They will rotate down, however, and get this healing tree ant from the jungle camp. And nice emoji there from Kalpis, a little dance, a little pose. Thank you for that, we appreciate it. I would like to take a look at builds real quick. I'm weary that I might miss something in the jungle, but we should be fine. Let's take a look at builds as Arden tries to get away there. So alternating current on the Varia, no defense whatsoever. Sorrowblade on this Lance. I would assume Spell Sword might be better. Will someone die here? Yes, Vox is a very dead Vox. I guess he was stunned up by that Yates pull and stun. This will be the first turret. If we were trying to take a look at builds, I guess Kalpis is forced to run to safety now. He's forced to pop the flask, gets impaled, gets pulled, nowhere to go. He decides to recall back home as Reza is trying to distract the opponents. He doesn't kill Lance though. He kills him now. Will he pay with his life? No, he pops the flask and gets away. So let's go back to builds. Let's follow this Reza around. So Aftershock on Reza. Sorrowblade on this Vox. That's not a very usual item to see first item on a Vox, but I guess it works. I mean, if he wants to hit like a truck, I guess he's gonna do Breaking Point next, I assume. Curious. Fountains on both captains. That's pretty much the only itemization that they have. And Shadowglass now finished on this Varia, so she's really gonna do a lot of damage early on. Very interesting matchup we have so far. Let's see how this evolves. 9 minutes in, still quite a little far away from the Kraken. Blue team putting down some pressure. It seemed that Custard crew had advantage early on, but now it's on the side of Reborn Spectre. They got a little hero spike there. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this matchup on the chat. Because I was thinking Custard crew so far, but suddenly Reborn Spectre seem to be back in the game. And they do have a more interesting composition. It's a lot more, well, safe for their main carry, Varia. Which is indeed doing a a glass cannon build. Alternating current and shatter glass so far. No defensive itemization whatsoever. She does feel the pain from that Vox there. And she was just dead. She wouldn't be dead from the Vox. She would be dead from the Reza. So glass cannon composition not quite working out for the Reborn Spectre team on this particular team fight. Yates also goes down there with blood for blood, finishing him off. And now it's Lansted that's in a better position. Geofrozen saying that the Custard composition is better. It might be. It depends if this Varia does defensive itemization or not. I think her main problem is going to be, well, getting out of these gauntlets when she doesn't have her support with her to give her a crucible. And then sustaining some of that damage, at least the burst damage from Reza, or the poke damage from Vox, which is not little. He has a Sorrow Blade, so he's gonna hit a lot. So I would really recommend a non glass cannon build for this Varia on this particular game. At least a Slumbering Husk in the very minimum. So far, Custard crew has increased their lead to 5k gold lead now. Or almost 5k gold lead. 3 minutes to the Kraken. Gonna drink some more tea. Impale missing there. But the pull works, and the stun also works, and the Githian wall also works, and suddenly Kalpis, and another Impale follow-up. Suddenly Kalpis is realizing that maybe he needs a Crucible. Well, he has the Crucible, he just didn't want to waste it while he was solo. OGL Bang is saying that Reborn has a better composition. If Varia gets a stack of Dragon's Eye and Eve of Arvits, that's GG. I don't think Eve of Harvest will work on this particular composition or against this particular composition, just because there's burst damage from the side of Custard crew. So it doesn't matter if she has sustain if she just gets bursted down real quick. In my opinion, of course. We might have an engage here. Yates with the stun to start off. Lance going very low already. This Vox tries to finish him off. The Yates with the re-engage will try to help him finish off. He does indeed die, and Reza is one-on-one versus Varia and seems to be killing her well. Even uses the flask to make sure he doesn't die to the Crystal Sentry. And here we just saw the power of the Custard crew composition. They are doing so much damage that even 1 versus 1, those players from the side of Reborn Spectre are not able to sustain on the team fight. Yeah, if they stay together, if they used all their crowd control, they would be able to do a lot better job, but they haven't been able to pull that off on these latest team fights. Let's hope they get their act together for the Kraken. It's 30 seconds in, so next team fight should be able to get a clean Kraken. Vision coming out. Kelp is a bit overextended there. Berserker lets him get away though. I think they should have dived onto Kalpis, but they were afraid he wasn't alone. They wanted to get some more infusions. There we go, Slumbering Husk on Varia. She should be able to last a little bit longer. It will delay her CP damage build though. And she doesn't need a Dragon's Eye at least to make even more damage on a long-lasting team fight. But I think the Slumbering Husk is definitely the better choice because she needs a way to deal with that Reza that keeps diving on her. There we go, another engage. Blue team leaves Varia. Oh, she repositions well behind the front teams, but Reza is chasing her down. Yates with the reposition, not quite hitting Reza there. Varia dangerously low, but so is getting Reza. And they still have Yates and Lance. Well, they don't have Lance anymore, and without Lance, they just die. Yates got a bit out of position there, just long enough to give Custard Crew the opening they needed to finish off Varia. They need to stick onto Varia, make sure that Reza doesn't reach her. That's a free Kraken for Custard Crew. Why is Kalpis... Are they stalling? Or is Kalpis disconnected? And now the Anvil's Hammer might actually steal this Kraken. Nope, not quite hitting. Yeah, they're trolling. They don't want to finish the Kraken. They're waiting for the last second. I've seen a lot of trolls, but I've never seen a delayed Kraken troll. The Doomsday Dash in safety. Ooh, would be a nice pull from Yates there, but not quite connecting onto anyone. But nice idea. Reborn Spectre need to be careful here of this team fight. They managed to get the stun onto the Reza, but he just decides to back away. But Sammy wants a piece of Reza. She's gonna get herself out of position though. Gets a blood for blood in her face in response. Vox wants to come in and do some damage. Lance says Githian Wall. And now... Oh, that was very bad played from the Varia there. She didn't use the Crucible to get out of the gauntlet, and she just died. And that was probably the throw of the night, which will cost them this first game. She wanted to do more damage. She was inside the gauntlet, but she had the Crucible popped from her support, so she could easily have gotten out and reposition herself. Stutter step towards the base. That was a bad last team fight for the side of Reborn Spectre, and that's the first game for Custard Crew. Varia isn't good in 3 versus 3. I disagree. I think she's pretty good. You just need to respect the distance, and especially against a hero that has great dive potential, like both Reza and Vox do. Of course it's hard for her to sustain, but she clearly needed the Slumbering Husk, which she got to her merit, but she also needed the reflex block to get away from those bad positions, or depend better on her support, which in this case did pop the Crucible. She just didn't use it. She decided to stick around, and that was deadly. Let's switch to the lobby as the teams switch up sides. Let's get ready for game number 2. Reborn Spectre lost that one, so it's Custard Crew 1, Reborn Spectre 0. Let's do some re-invites again. Yeah, Reza is one of the best counters to Varia. That's true. That was the main issue. That's why she should have prioritized Slumbering Husk early on. She would have avoided like 3 of those kills that she got through the game, which wouldn't have fed Reza as much. Anyways, we are already on the draft for game number 2. Let's switch back. Let's see who they decide to ban. Custard Crew on the left side this time. playing blue. And in the red corner, we have Reborn Spectre. Let's see if they were indeed reborn after this match. And they can figure out a nice draft to counter Custard crew and stay in the series and in the tournament. The bans go Churnwalker, Anka so far. Arden getting picked up as the support. Vox and Alpha. That's a very precocious Alpha. I would just play a Rhyme or a Cruel into Alpha. And that would pretty much be GG in my book. Let's see what Custard crew will do. They're picking up the Lance, which is strange. But whatever rocks their boat. A Lance is not very good onto Alpha. Well, I guess he can Githian wall her away. So it kinda works. I'm not completely convinced though. Because he has a lot of peel, but he doesn't have enough damage. If he misses those impales, he's not gonna do enough damage onto Alpha. They definitely need to put the pressure on them, otherwise Alpha is gonna snowball. So let's see how this plays out. I would say Reborn Spectre has advantage here. But it depends how Custard crew plays this defensive composition that they have of double support. I guess it will be a Lance on the jungle. But let's wait and see. Actually, I think your Doomsday is the one who has been playing jungle recently. A pirate hat on the Challenger Arden. That's not a Challenger. What's the skin called? It's not Challenger. Contender Arden. It's a pretty lazy skin of them. They just tinted the original skin into brown tones. Not much science behind it. Thanks for the love, your Doomsday. We love you too. Yeah, I think Reborn won that draft as well. I think the side of Custard crew could have done a lot better to counter that Alpha or the Vox. There were a lot better picks to do that for both of the heroes. I would have gone Rhyme personally, but that's me. I like playing Rhyme a lot. He's just so oppressive. Yeah, Rhyme Ringo would also work. Engage early on, Githian wall, slams them back away. But Custard crew is forced to run back. They already have 2 elements low on health. Your Doomsday is gonna recall even. But I think they did get that Elder Treant, didn't they? They are ahead in gold at least, so I think they did. Gulp is trying to do some peel damage, but not quite enough. Alpha doesn't go for the jungle invade though. She decides to farm the usual places. She's even trying to go for the next regen Treant. Or Elder Treant, that's what it's called. Elder Treant. Nice double man impale there from Kalpis. Alpha wants to do a little bit of forward engage. She does indeed wait up for the Elder Treant. She didn't do her back camps on the jungle. And now she won't start the Treant. She's waiting for a Lance to come into the fray. Prime Directive missing. Come on. Start playing seriously, man. Nice double man stun there from Berserker. And now Alpha should be able to finish off this Kalpis. He pops the flask just to make sure he stays alive a little bit longer. Impale missing, Prime Directive connecting. Who will get this Treant? He goes for the blue team. Kalpis gets it, and he needed it. He was the lowest on side of the blue team. Yates might be overextending here. Pops the flask to get away. Prime Directive re-engage from Alpha. Githian Wall actually put Alpha into safety from that forward barrage. But he's gonna go down anyways. That's a double kill. And the first blood for the side of the blue team. Custard crew in the lead early on. Already 1k gold difference. Let's take a look at builds. You were mentioning that it's a CP Sky. It is indeed. CP Sky works better, but in the jungle and not against an alpha. But I mean, it might work out. It can still work. I agree with you that the weapon Sky would have been better, though. But I mean, I think Sky is bad on this situation regardless, because she will get those resonance pulses from the Vox, and she will get Prime Directive upon by the alpha, so she really has no way to go. She can hope to dodge the Prime Directives from the alpha, but then Yates can also pull her in and stun her up. So I really don't like that Sky pick, but I hope Solo Q Frost picked her because he's used to playing her. She's confident playing her, so we'll see how he handles that. Handles that hero. It's a high skill level requirement hero. You need to be able to click a lot and use the skills at the right timing. Dodge a lot. So let's see how that works out for him. Another pull from Berserker there. Unfortunately, it doesn't stack up like the Catchwind does. It would be nice if you, like, the more pulls you do, the sharper your weapon gets or something. Gideon Wall slamming Alpha away, and now Sky in a bit of a bad position. She uses the flask to get away. What the hell was that dive? OGL Bang is saying on the chat that I think they thought too meta and should have went for Cruel or Rhyme. I have to absolutely agree. Cruel or Rhyme would have been a much better pick. You could have easily have let Arden dealing with the lane and have Cruel or Rhyme in the jungle as well. Nice idea with the gauntlet there, trying to go up and isolate just one of the members. It does indeed work. Another kill against Yates, and now it's Alpha that's overextending. She gets rebooted while rooted, but the blue team is too low. They don't want to overextend. Now Sam is left alone to deal with this lane. Let's take a look at builds real quick. Sky, I think she's doing a Frostburn first, but doing a lot of crystal bits. It's better to do more damage early on. Vox did the alternating current already, and I have no clue what the hell Alpha is doing. I guess Sorrow Blade. Arden already has his Sorrow Blade on, so he's only missing that Serpent's Mask to be a full blood for blood vampire, and the Alcyon Fold. See if Alpha gets caught off guard here. Nope. Lance has no idea. Better vision from the red team so far. Have cams all over the place. I was gonna say security cameras, but they aren't security cameras. They're just cameras. Sentry cameras, that's what they are. Oh, nice pull there, but not quite connecting. If he did connect it onto someone, he would have been in a bad place in the opponent team's bush. Impale there, followed up by the Githian wall, slamming 3 people against the wall. What the hell happened with that blood for blood? Was that lag? That was weird. Impale onto Alpha, slam against the wall, but no follow-up from the team. That's from above there, not quite connecting. Now a pull from Yates puts Scalpis in a bad place. Blue team just decides to back off, get their back jungle. Sky not able to get that, or she did get it in the end, but a little bit too late. Your Doomsday is forced to use the gauntlet defensively, and this turret should go down. Ooh, nice Prime Directive on the turret. Also catches that Arden on a sliver of health. Nice return kills for the side of Reborn Spectre. Could they be back in the game? That's the real question here. Need to get these back camps before Sky shows up. I think the main issue is Sky has been too squishy, and once Sky goes down, the whole team fight opens up for Reborn Spectre. They're trying to recall now. Let's see if Arden zones someone out. He tries to do blood for blood, but just a little bit too late there. A fountain getting purchased by Yates. I think Arden already had his. No, it's not Arden. That's the support. It is Lance, and he indeed already had his fountain. Arden overextending here. Wanted to steal that healing tree ant. Needs to be careful because Reborn Spectre knows that Sky is farming the lane. Nice steal there with the pull of Yates. Now we have forward barrage onto the jungle minions. Prime Directive not quite connecting. The stun did connect, however. Impale onto Yates. Slam against the wall against two enemy heroes, but no follow-up from the blue team once again. And Arden is already low. He's forced to go back for his jungle camps. The rest of the team decides to engage without him. That's a bit of a mistake, in my humble opinion. And the Sky just not able to do the damage you would hope she would be doing. Nice pull against Sky there, but she uses her Serious Strike to reposition herself back to safety. Need to be very careful with this guy. Another pull onto her. Again, dangerously low. The fountain gets popped. Prime Directive onto her. But mortal wounds. She's mortal wounds, but she keeps healing up with the fountain. Ooh, nice gauntlet there. But Sky's a bit far away. She doesn't have boots, so she won't be able to follow up on that. That from above does manage to pick up Alpha, though. Even though Arden gets the kill in the end. Kalp is in a bad position, though. Now, taking up those hits from Sammy. Sky tried to help him, just died, and now Kalpis doesn't know what to do. Should I engage? Should I recall back home? He decides to recall, and your Doomsday is left for dead in his own jungle. So nice return kills from Reborn Spectre there on that engage. You're seeing the squishiness from Custard Crew's team that is causing the issues here, making them lose these team fights. Should give them a free gold miner. Sammy wants the kill onto Kalpis, not quite getting it though. He has the vision to know where he is, but now he's already healed up enough to be able to recall to safety. Nice game. It's very evened out. That seemed to be a clear lead early on in terms of aggression from the side of Custard Crew, but their doubtful draft came back to haunt them, and it seems that Reborn Spectre are back in the game. Let's see if they manage to keep scaling this up, or if Custard Crew can do some purchases to change this tide back in their favor. Just gonna take a look at builds real quick. Gonna follow Alpha while we do it. Dragon's Eye coming online for Vox. Doesn't seem like he's doing... Oh, and an Eve of Harvest, so he will have a lot of sustain on those team fights. The Sky went for Dragon's Eye and Broken Myth. I think she needs either a Clockwork or something to help her, or more defense. I don't know what to build on this Sky to make her better on this composition, because she's just too squishy. But if she focuses on defense, she won't be able to do any damage on the team fights anyways. Arden not going for the Serpent's Mask build. He's going for a Tension Bow afterwards, it seems. Should also work. I mean, as long as he does damage. He should probably do some defensive itemization, though, because that's the main issue there that they will be facing, especially considering the sustain that this Vox is going to have. Let's go back in this matchup. Yates pulling out the gold miner to safety. Alpha should be able to finish him off rather quickly before the blue team even notices. And now the pressure is on Custard crew to turn this game around back in their favor. The gold lead is already on the side of Reborn Spectre. They're already 4k ahead. Almost 5k. Death from above would have been a nice cut. The Impale caught Vox there, slammed against the wall. Can someone finish this Vox off, please, before Eve of Harvest does its effect? They do indeed manage to kill him. They suffered a few aggro from the turret, though, to get it, and his Alpha just dies. He did nothing on the team fight. He went in, he got rooted, he got rebooted, and he died. Pretty much what's happening with Yates right now. So I was talking crap about Custard crew, and apparently they heard me, because they just turned this team fight completely on its head. And I think this is all on the Vox. All about Vox, even. If they manage to control Vox early on, just crowd control him, you know, land some Impale on him, keep him inside the gauntlet, maybe land the death from above, they should be able to pick up the kill. If they don't, then Vox will out-sustain them all and will just do too much damage for them to handle. So it's all on the Vox right now, I think. And how Calpis will be able to impale that Vox, most likely. Yates overextending here. Here comes the Vox, trying to get some kills on. Will he get the Sky? No, he won't. He got rooted up. But Calpis will pay for his life for that, won't he? Pops the Crucible, trying to last a little bit longer. Pops the Fountain as well. Here comes Yates with the re-engage. He wants a piece of Calpis. He ends up pulling him and getting the kill indeed. And this Vox wants to get the Sky, but Death from Above didn't want to cooperate. He does get the kill in the end, though. So that's 2 kills in the favor of Reborn Spectre. Arden is left wandering the enemy jungle against Berserker. Not much he can do, but delay the ace. He does manage to delay it long enough. Almost got a kill on Vox there. Need to be careful, buddy. You don't have that much defense on. And those Blood for Bloods hit like a truck. The Kraken is up now. So let's see what these teams can do. Look at items real quick. We do indeed have a Clockwork from the set of Sky that will allow her to use her skills a lot more often. Arden finishing up his Tension Bow. He's going for defensive itemization next. It's going to be hard to defense itemize against the Vox, though. It's going to keep hitting you regardless of where you are. But I guess the Slumbering Us might be the best bet. Looking at the build from Alpha, I haven't seen her doing much damage so far. She might need another item to go online. Sky's slow pushing this lane by some reason. Maybe they're trying to bait Reborn Spectre in for a team fight. Missed the minion. Or maybe he's just disconnected. I think they were baiting though. Nice pull from Yates there. Leaving Arden exposed. He does use his well, what's it called? Vanguard to get to the other side of the wall safely. Now we have a team fight going on. Prime Directive finishing off that Crystal Sentry. Wants a piece of the Sky, but he just gets thrown into the reboot. Meanwhile, Vox is dishing out the pain. Gets Githyn Wall slammed away. Alpha is dead, but Vox is doing so much damage. Will he be able to get Calpis out? The Fountain gets popped, trying to keep him alive. But look at the health bars on the red team, so high compared to this blue team. Kalpis impales out the safety, but Arden gets pulled in. Yates wants to finish him off. It's 1 versus 1 between Vox and Sky. Sky gets the kill, but Yates ending up... Actually, both traded. It seemed that Yates got the last hit there, but both traded those kills. Very cool team fight there. Well played from both sides. Let's take a look at the Kraken. Meanwhile, thank you. I just read the instructions for the follow. Welcome to the channel, man. Hope you are enjoying the live stream. Your Doomsday a bit out of position here. Needs the Vanguard to safety. You're not a support role. You don't have that much health, your Doomsday. You need to be careful. You do damage, but you didn't get the Serpent's Mask, so you don't have sustain right now. I think that was a mistake on the itemization side of that Arden, actually. I think he should have gone for the Serpent's Mask instead of the Tension Bow. Both teams now getting ready for another team fight. It's going to be half as exciting as the previous one. It's going to be pretty darn good. Sammy a bit out of position there. Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get an impale on her. And again, I think it's all about the Vox. The blue team from Custard Crew need to be able to isolate the Vox. Either isolate him or dive onto him really quick. And it's really hard to isolate someone when there's a Yates on the other side. It can stun you up. But if that content is placed well, if those impales and Githin walls are placed well, they should be able to do it. And then it's all up to the Sky to do her damage. I would advise someone from Reborn Spectre to body block the forward barrage from Sky even, if they are going onto the box. Now, 2 members from Custard Crew decide to recall. Kalpis is gonna try to do some baits there. Not really working. Let's see if we have another team fight. Pull, missed. Prime Directive connected. We have another team fight going on. Vox already doing some damage. He gets low, but his Eva Varvest gets him right back up. Another pull from Yates coming up. They are isolating his Vox. That's what they wanted to do, but do they have enough damage to get him out? Apparently they don't. Blood for blood, not enough to finish him off. Sky is left against this Alpha. That's not a matchup you want. She ends up she manages to get him somehow. Very lucky kill there. She was in a sliver of help, and Kalpis left last man standing. Yates wants to re-engage onto this Sky. Misses. Nice Suri strike over the wall there to safety. Misses the healing tree ant though. That goes to Vox. That will keep him alive a little bit longer. And this Sky in a very bad position uses the flask there. Tries desperately to stay alive, waiting for the help of that Lance. The impale does come but a little bit too late. A couple of seconds, and now he's fish in the water. Or fish in the barrel for Sammy to pick him up. Again, all about the Vox. If you can't kill the Vox, you lose the team fight. Kraken gonna get started up. Arden has a chance to steal him. Let's see if he makes his way onto the middle of the map or not. He does seem to be going, but he will go to the lane instead of going to the Kraken. Bad play from the Arden there. Now he will notice that the Kraken is up. Have to run for safety. Yates wants to pull him in. Misses the pull. But Custard Crew has a good team composition to defend these turrets against the Kraken push. You have the impales to give thin walls to keep the enemies at bay. The Vanguard as well to give some room for maneuver. Maybe catch someone off guard if they overextend. Yates tried to pull the Sky there but missed. Kalp is overextending a little bit, trying to peel on this Vox, but it's useless to peel when he has Eve of Harvest. He's just gonna go right back up. Meanwhile, Alpha wanted a piece of that Sky, biting more than he could chew, gets slammed against the wall. The ultimate not quite connecting. It does blow up in the face of Arden there. Blue team very low. Suri strike into a bad position there, but she manages to get away. And the Crystal Sentry comes out to help. Impale from Calpis, but not really doing enough damage. He is the support in this Custard crew team. Both teams decide to disengage, and the Kraken just takes this choke point turret from the side of Custard crew. Close matchup. Let's take a look at these builds as they are starting to get final. Only defensive itemizations and boots for the side of Sky. Meanwhile, Vox decided to get a broken myth, so he's really gonna hurt on those team fights once he gets the resonance bounces going. Arden doing some probably tornado trigger there. Atlas Belgium coming out from the side of Lance. It's gonna help against the Alpha a little bit, but the main issue here is the Vox, not the Alpha. And I don't see a way for Custard crew to deal with that Vox. I mean, they need all three of them to focus on the Vox and get the kill right away. That's the bottom line. And they haven't quite been able to do that on all the team fights. They managed to do it due to some mistakes from the opponent team on a couple of team fights already. And now a bad position from Arden there. And Reborn Spectre wants to engage. They go onto that Sky dangerously low already, forced to pop the flask. The Alpha wants a piece of her. She indeed manages to engage. Can she hit what? The ultimate with the Prime Directive. Manages to kill. She only needed the Prime Directive there. That ultimate was a bit precocious. Ends up dying. Stays alive though. That's what matters. Calpis wants to overextend a little bit there. Trying to get the Vox. He tries to peel him, but he can't do anything. Your Doomsday just doesn't have enough damage to burst down that Vox with the Eve of Arbus. So much sustain. The Dragon's Eye, the Broken Myth. This Vox is just too powerful. And I think this is starting to become game number 2 for the side of Reborn Spectre. Calp is still trying to delay the inevitable. 10 seconds on the clock for Sky to show up. Calp is going low. He can't give out the ace. Fortunately for him, the pull from Yates missed. Alpha is trying to do Kraken on her own, while Vox and Yates are playing with this Vein Crystal. And they are really playing, because they could have finished the game already. They took their time getting the turret. They end up getting it though. So good game from Reborn Spectre. Nice come around, and we have a tie-in on this series. We will have to go to a game 3. We update the team names here. And switch the team names around. I forgot to turn on the team names all together on this matchup, unfortunately. So I hope Custard crew learns something from this game and picks a decent draft this time. Something that actually counters the opponent team. Let's see what they do. They already swapped sides. They should be ready for the final game of this series. And we are underway. On to the draft. Let's see what they do. The third matchup. Ban on Anka, ban on Vox. That leaves Churdwalker open for the taking of Reborn Spectre. Idris getting picked up from the red team. Idris is so strong on 3 versus 3. Trying to decide what to couple him with. They're hesitating between the Lyra and the Finn. I don't think either of them would be a good choice. I would go for an Arden instead. Because Idris is so mobile that you can't really heal him that much. But let's see how they play this out. Berserker seems to want the Varia. They go for the Reza instead. Reza is okay. I mean, Reza can burst down an Idris. Unless, of course, the Idris has a very well-timed ultimate. And the Varia as the last pick. A bit of a squishy composition, but they do have Churnwalker on their side. So if they have enough burst damage, they should be able to take out this enemy team composition. The Alpha is going to come out for the side of Custard crew. I'm not sure if that's the best pick. I mean, it can work to chunk down that Varia. Let's see how they play her though. Last game of the series though. This is 1 versus 1 in score. The winner of the next matchup will be the one who passes to the finals of the losers bracket. Nice party hat on Churn there.
The battle for the Halcyon Fold has begun.
Is that a pirate hat on Varia? But it's like sideways. Why is everyone else's on perpendicular and she gets her sideways? Huh. Cheats. Probably cheats. Let's see how this match goes. Can I eat myself a cookie while I wait for someone to do something? We have a challenge for this Elder Treant maybe? Perchance. Alpha with the Prime Directive. Churnwalker already chunked very low. His teammates are not helping him. They're not doing enough damage to keep him alive. Now Rez is forced to use the dash over the wall to get away from this Elder Treant, and it's the red team from Custard crew that does get that first Elder Treant. Prime Directive onto Semi. Wants to get another kill. Just gets a reboot instead. Reza wanted to get a piece of Lyra there, not quite connecting. Everyone's so low, but they do have the eel to get them back up. Idris, as we know, is not very good early game hero. He needs to unlock one of his perks to have that spike. Varia scales a bit better. I mean, she's squishy early on, but she does her damage and has her range. Just need to avoid those chakras. She's mostly been able to do so far. Let's take a look at the bottom part of the map. I don't know why the mouse and the camera are fucking up. I guess I'll use the arrow keys. Welcome to Truth of Life. Feel free to spam PogChamp. Welcome Custard stream as well. Not much action going on right now though. And as I say that, we have a small jungle invade. Welcome starting all over as well. I guess I'm being raided by someone. Just didn't ping Streamlabs yet. Welcome everyone. Hope you guys enjoy the matches. We have Reborn, Spectre versus Custard crew right now. They're 1-1 tied in the series, best of 3. So this match will decide who proceeds in the tournament and who will go home sobbing in misery. Nice chakra there, chunking away at that Varia. The Churn has his chains on. Both members from the red team are going low. Flasks get popped, enough to keep them alive. The reboot comes out for the Alpha though. But they need to be careful on this Prime Directive. They can kill both members of these backlines. Both Reza and Varia very low. The Fountain gets popped though. Not the Fountain, the Flask. And that's another kill for this Varia. Semi's always so low on health. She really needs to be careful. I think she's gonna need Slumbering Husk rather soon. Or some more defensive manifestations. She buys Alternating Current instead. Captain Hobbit stealing some of Varia's farm. She might get pissed. Don't do that, man. Idris with the Dragon's Eye, Alpha with the Sorrow Blade. Churnwalker in a bad position though, he's probably just dead walker. Dead man walking. Where is Alpha going? Oh my god, he wanted to zone out, see if he has any jungle camps available. Just face checking the bush, you know, it's fine. 6 minutes in, I can face check this bush. We just killed our support, I can handle this. Reza's forced to dash away. He tries to stick around to help protect this turret though. They might be low. They shouldn't gank together as well because they can suffer the Prime Directive of Alpha on their face. Reza with a re-engage, but 1 versus 3 is not where you want to be. Anvil's Hammer coming down. Trying to dissuade the team of a Custard crew from putting pressure on this turret. Ooh, nice chakra there, chunking away. Churnwalker forced to pop the Fountain and the Trespass to stay away. Stay alive, not away. Well, away alive. It can be both. The turret wants a piece of this Calpis though. The Fountain gets popped, but not enough because Reza wants a little bit of him as well. Varia tries to stay alive and Alpha overextends trying to kill her. That's a dead Alpha. Very close matchup so far. I mean, from the draft, I would say the Custard crew has advantage, but the Reborn Spectre have been able to hold their own on these team fights so far. So it's gonna be an interesting match or interesting fight for the Kraken when she finally shows up on the Alcyon Fold. We have a team fight here and going on. Berserker with the chains, but Rez is not doing the damage, so those are pretty useless chains. Prime Directives upon. Okay, so a lesson when you're playing with the Churnwalker. If you're not hitting while Churnwalker has the chains are just jailbait. He's just there getting poked. So whenever Churnwalker has the chains on 2 of your opponent's team's enemies, you should be doing some damage, if not for anything else to keep your support alive. So either wait as the Churnwalker until the full team is committed to the team fight, or... Ooh, the Chakra doing so much damage, both, and the portal in, but the blue team manages to get away through the portal as well. The Fountain gets popped trying to keep them alive. The Reza is so low. The Anvil's Hammer comes out though. That might dissuade from a re-engage here. Alpha gets popped with her ultimate. Churnwalker with the hooks, but this Varia can't do anything. She's so low, she's forced to run away. Either Calpis or Alpha should be able to get her. She uses the flask. Reza arrives full health and he's just dead. Please, can someone buy some defense items? Just like a couple of them. Just enough that you don't die in 2 hits. Yeah, I agree. Churn is playing okay. He's doing what he should, laying those chains. But if there is no damage coming out from his team, the chains are useless. But the Reza does seem to have a good reason to be afraid of this Alpha, because we just saw there he died in 2 hits. Well, 2 hits from Alpha, 1 hit from Idris, so... He needs a Slumbering Husk or something. Some defensive itemizations to help him stay alive a little bit longer on these team fights. And the same thing for Varia. This composition from Custard crew scaling up a lot better into the mid game than the one from Reborn Spectre. Boots and Portal getting popped. Nice engage there. Reza forced to use the ultimate defensively, and that's not where you want to be if you're a Reza. Trespass trying to keep his teammates alive. Churnwalker taking all that damage, and he's just gonna end up dead. Anvil's Hammer raining down, trying to get someone. He gets Alpha into reboot, but that's not enough to get a kill. Yeah, Reborn Spectre in a very bad position right now. They don't have the damage to burst down the Idris, and they don't have the sustain or the defense itemizations to help that Churnwalker do his job. Your Doomsday a bit out of position here. Could be the chance. Nope, the chakra flying just puts everyone down on health. Idris almost dead though. They might be able to get that kill. Sammy wants it, but Reza is too far away. He's already low on health. He just stalks around. Oh, he gets the kill on Alpha. Sneaky kill there. Will we pay for it from the Lyra though? She wants it. Uses the portal in. Imperial Sigil not quite connecting though. They almost got the Idris there. If Reza had a little bit more of sustain on that team fight, just one more hit of his A or his B, they would have probably gotten the kill. So I guess they're just waiting for the late game here. Both teams zoning each other out. I think Reborn Spectre is being over aggressive. Now, Varia wants a piece of it. Nice body block on the Prime's Directive from the side of Churn. Nice trespass as well, but Reza once again just playing defensively. He manages to get one kill though, but Varia also dies, and now only Churnwalker left alive. A better team fight from the side of Reza there, but he's still being the broken link in the chain from the side of Reborn Spectre. He needs to sustain more in these team fights. Anvil's Hammer trying to get a sneak steal on this gold miner. Not quite getting it.
Immense gold payout collected.
Doomsday wants to steal some more of these back camps, increase their gold lead. They're up to 5k. Let's take a look at builds real quick. Varia is starting to do some defensive itemization as she should, but she's delaying her damage dealing because of that. Hopefully she will be able to have the Slumbering Husk online and focus on the Dragon's Eye next. Reza, no real defense on him, and that's why he's being so squishy on these team fights. And full attack from the side of Kalpis on this Idris. Very strong CP Idris, not a hybrid build as usual. See, now we have another engage coming out. The portal and boots got popped. Varia is forced to run away to safety. Throws her lance, not doing enough damage. Reza just going low and dead. Nice engage from Custard crew there. Now Sammy is forced to run away. She probably wants to recall, protect that turret. Yeah, that's indeed what she does. Let's take a look at the state of the turret. The state of the turret is terminated. Churnwalker wants an engage here. Let's see if the team keeps up with it. They have health advantage. Lyra creating that portal, but the chain's not really letting Alpha go through. They go through now, and only Reza managed to follow up. So they're going to disengage, wait for a better opportunity. Look at the damage from that chakra. Oh my god. Spear getting sent by Varia in return. But the cooldown on Idris is a lot higher. The chain missing. If he managed to hook that chain, they might have been able to get a kill onto that Idris. Another chain missing out. Things not really going on the favor of the Reborn Spectre team right now. They are 6k gold behind. The Kraken is about to spawn. They need to be very careful with this next team fight. Nice chain onto Idris now. The ultimate used to get away from the range of the chain, and now the Churnwalker is going very low, uses the trespass to get himself away. Here comes Reza with a new engage. He wants to get a piece of this. Idris will be able to finish him off. No, he won't. Only Varia and Churn left, and the portal gets used to land on top of Varia and Churnwalker, and that's a triple kill and an ace for the side of Custard crew. They end up losing their Idris there. Probably to Churnwalker's currents or something. They should be able to get free Kraken though. Lyra starting her up. Here comes the prime directive of Alpha. And Reza finally buying some defense itemization. Hope that will be enough to help them secure this Kraken push. Or defend against this Kraken push. It's about to come. Anvil's Hammer coming down, trying to steal this Kraken. Does not get it. Idris gets the last hit. Free Kraken for the side of Custard crew. And let's see what they manage to do with it on this push. Reza seems to be disconnected. Well, that's unfortunate. When we finally had a nice team fight, they already are dead. Dead fish in the water. I guess that's the end of the match. This will be an easy picking against this Churnwalker. The Varia shouldn't do anything. Now Reza's finally back online, a little bit too late. A bit of an anti-play there from Custard crew. I mean, they saw that the Reza was disconnected. They should have left them alone. But, well, it is what it is. Players are responsible for their own connections. A bit of an anti-climax last team fight there. But that secures the win for Custard crew. They move on to the next round of the tournament, which will be against who? Against whoever loses between Fugly Wugglies and the big group. A game that should be coming up next. I'll have to check if players are ready, are already playing, or what's happening. Let me poke people. Let's see what's what. try to get another game. Asking around on chat. Let's wait and see. Try and get someone from Fugly Wuglies or the big group to let me know what's up with their game. They're scheduled to play, I think, 45 minutes ago. Don't know if they played already or if they're just delaying. No one answer me. No one online. I guess let's wait a few more minutes. And if no one answers, I'll have to end the stream. But let's wait a couple more minutes and see how things go. The other team are currently playing their game. The other team of the series, Heart Betrayal versus Yuru Yuri. They're playing one match. Don't know if it's the second or the third. If they will have any other matches afterwards, we can still cover that as well. Otherwise, let's see what Fugly Wuglies or the big group have to say. Come on, guys, say something on the chat. Otherwise, this is boring, waiting for people to end the games or come online. Oh, wait up. I'm reading up. And apparently Lusuno is saying that Glowzone said that they weren't playing today. So I guess they delayed their game for tomorrow. So the only game left is the one that is currently being played between Heart Betrayal and Yuru Yuri. I'm not sure how they are in terms of what game they are on already. If it's the second or the third. I don't know if this updated automatically. Maybe VG Pro will help me figure that out. Let's take a look at, I don't know, Spirit Eater. Let's see. Let's see what we can see. 21 minutes ago they played one game, so they are on their second game. And apparently the team of... What are the team names? Holy shit, so confusing. Apparently... Okay, so Heart Betrayal won the first game. And they're playing their second game now. So if Yuru Yuri manages to win this second game, we might have a third game, and that one I can cover. So we have to wait. They're 18 minutes into the game, so we have to wait about 10 minutes. Yeah, Sammy, that sucked. That was quite unfortunate. But, you know, rules say that players are responsible for their own connection. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Was hoping you wouldn't have had any disconnection, so the game would have been more interesting. But it is what it is. So unfortunately for you, Custard Crew is the team that moves on to the next round. They're going to play whoever loses between Fugly Wugglies and the big group, which was scheduled for today, but apparently they are delaying it, so we'll only play it tomorrow, I guess. And we're waiting on the second matchup from Hard Betrayal versus Yuru Yuri to see if we have a third game that we can cover, or if they have played everything already. So we'll wait about 10 minutes. I can eat some cookies while we wait. Do some ASMR for you guys with my cookie inching or cookie munching sounds. Guess I should update the team results. "20 minutes into their match, so it should be only 10 more minutes. Oh, they seem to be out of the match now. Let's see who won. Oh, apparently they lost already. Yeah, didn't you? Okay, so apparently they already finished. It was 1-1 and then we finished. So apparently Yuru Yuri won that matchup, and they will play tomorrow against let me check against Vegetable Juice. We'll end the stream now. Thank you guys for watching though. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Let me try to find someone for us to raid. Let's see who's playing right now. Lost by Thought, Trapper Ray, The Unreachable, Name Unknown, Flux, Rian. I guess we are hitting Trevor Ray just because it's a different person. We already raided Lost by Thoth the other time. So let's go for that. Thank you guys for watching though. I appreciate you guys showing up, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more matches. Apparently, Yudu Yuri versus Vegetable Juice, and Custard Crew against whoever loses between Fugly Wuglies and the big group. Probably will also be able to cover Fugly Wuglies versus the big group. We'll have to see. Depends on the dates. So bye bye everyone. Take care.